extremely frustrating game. It ends 1-1 at the MX Stadium. Brighton Arsenal. Arsenal undone by a penalty which you've never seen called before in your life, and I put my money on you never seeing something like that again. Anthony Taylor giving a penalty against Arsenal for a foul from William Saliba on João Pedro with a clash of heads, accidental clash of heads apparently now, which I'm sure all of you have seen. There was contact from Saliba, in fact, after the contact from João Pedro on the ball, and again, this is something you see constantly. Maybe not every game, but at least on a weekly basis, you'll see players coming together, clash of heads, on corners, on free kicks. And I don't know what the rule is. Is it because Saliba has intentionally gone and played the ball and it's deliberate and João Pedro was in possession of the ball? I mean, there are so many what ifs, and yet the conclusion is Anthony Taylor says it's a penalty. VAR don't show anyone the review. They agree within 20 seconds that yes, it's a penalty as well. And you have to question the integrity time and time again. I hate complaining and bitching about referee decisions, and Arsenal are being, there's a witch hunt for Arsenal and this and that. But when you watch these referees, as any football fan of a club of, a fan of any football club in the Premier League, these referees are poor. Every week there's going to be a decision, and it may not be against you, but it may be, a decision for you, that goes in your favor. But there's always something going on with the referees. I just look back and I think, the way Mikel and a couple of the coaches had jumped up off the bench earlier in the first half. I can't remember what the foul was, but Anthony Taylor, I think, refused to blow the whistle. Or again, I wish I could remember what it was, because at the moment I was fuming about it. It was it was not letting Arsenal play the advantage they had. They got the ball through. Trossard was clear on the sideline. And Anthony Taylor blows the whistle. You see this all the time, dude, where referees do they understand what an advantage is? When you're fouled, you come away with the ball in an advantageous position. And Anthony Taylor blows the whistle. Mikel gets up, starts causing a ruckus. A couple of the Arsenal coaches as well get up. And you see Anthony Taylor's little ego get bruised and hurt, and he's telling everybody to go sit down. Brandishes a yellow card for one of the coaches, if I'm not mistaken. And next thing you know, it's like, he goes and gives a penalty. That you just, even watching it, I thought, okay, the legs are coming together. João Pedro comes away with the ball. It's looking tricky. And two players going to head the ball, and you give a penalty for that. It's just insane. Even the booking from Wanyeri earlier in the second. When we have a free kick or a corner, why are we not allowed to take the time to prepare for that? The crowd is jeering, the players are complaining, the Brighton players are all complaining about it. Why are we not allowed? That's not time wasting. That's preparation for a free kick, for a goal scoring opportunity. Put the time on the end of the clock if we're taking 15 seconds to take a corner. What difference does that? It doesn't make any difference whatsoever. I'm so sick of decisions like this coming down to one fucking person, Anthony Taylor in this instance, making a decision that affects the entirety of the game. And in my opinion, I think he's made the wrong one. The VAR hasn't done them any favors. There in England, these referees are not up to standard. They simply are not good enough. When you watch the Champions League, when you watch a different league, you don't think about the referee is not there. You don't even notice them. That is a good referee. That is a professional referee. It just felt like today, Anthony Taylor yet again got it wrong. When you look at the playback of that foul on João Pedro, who João Pedro, by the way, brilliant footballer, a complete bitch. When you look at the way he went down, right as their heads grazed each other, João Pedro and Saliba, by the way, is concentrated on still defending and getting the ball. You don't see him going down and complaining and crying. And you know what? It's not other players, only other players I'll call out. I'll call it Gabriel Jesus, who does it all the time, and Martinelli, by the way, who was almost in the opposing box late in the second half, just barges into Saliba, who's obviously a unit, and goes down and dives. Here you will have the ball. There's maybe 5 minutes left in the game, and instead of trying to maybe look for another player, maybe take the player on who's defending, you just decide to dive. So don't call me inconsistent. Don't call me biased. João Pedro did it. He does it all the time. I'll go after Gabriel Jesus and Martinelli, other players who do it, other Arsenal players. Happens all the time. I'm sick of it. Okay, I'm sick of it. He goes down, he's holding his head, he's crying, and the whole time he's looking for what the referee's going to do. It's so obvious. It's cheating. Okay, it's so pathetic, dude. It's so pathetic. And he's got the composure to slot a perfect penalty. You know, he goes and celebrates. He's not concussed. He's not hurt. He's not injured. I said the same thing about Raya earlier in the first half, by the way. These are men in the peak physical condition. These are the most fit athletes, some of the most fit athletes in the world. You know, two men coming, they clash into each other like that, and Raya goes down. He needs the medical team to come on. Come on, it's seriously, it's a joke. It's an absolute joke. But going back to Wanyeri getting booked and people, the crowd jeering and the players bitching and fans bitching about Arsenal taking too much, we are allowed time to prepare for a free kick. If you don't like it, get on the referee for not adding that time back on. That's what added time does. So look, it's really, really frustrating. We've dropped points. Liverpool are just absolutely running away with it, by the way. They've got 2 games in hand. I don't see them losing either of those games or even dropping points. So, you know, I'm not going to say anything is over. I'm going to look forward to Tuesday and doing something positive against a Newcastle team that are absolutely flying at the moment. So again, that's it for me, guys. Thanks very much for watching. If you made it this far, I do really appreciate it. Give the channel a chance here. Give me a like, subscribe, give me a comment down below. Hit me up on X. I've been very, very active on X recently, especially today about the game. So please give that a look and let me know what you think. Again, thanks very much for watching, guys. If you made it this far, I do really appreciate it. And I'll see you when I see you.